Progress report, week 19 into strength training. Here you can see the last 3 weeks of exercise that I've been doing. As you can see, this last week, week 19, I've progressed and upped the weights on all of the exercises. And I'm really proud of that, but I also feel that on Monday, Tuesday, when I started that, it felt really great. And then the second time around, which was Thursday and Sunday, I was not at the same state as I was, like physically, on Monday and Tuesday. It was so tough. It felt too hard. And so I've been rethinking a little bit how I'm doing the exercises and how I'm progressing. Because currently, once I've reached a certain weight, certain resistance, I don't want to go back. It's like, okay, well, I've done it. I did that last week. I'll just continue doing that or more this week. And I think that might be like bad thinking. Because just because I one day when I go to the gym feel amazing and I want to push myself, it doesn't mean that I'm at that level in my strength building and my muscle growth that I can do that weight, that resistance forevermore. That could just be the state of that current workout session. At the same time, I want to push myself when I feel great. So I don't want to hold myself back. I want to push. I think I just need to be okay to take a step back after. Like if I don't feel I'm on the same level the same session afterwards, that should be okay, and I should be able to just do a little bit less and keep going. And by doing that, it'll be more fun to go to the gym, because after the Sunday session and after the Thursday session this week, I didn't feel good leaving the gym. I just felt exhausted in a bad way, and that's no good. So definitely something I'm going to work on going forward mentally, to be okay to take a step back and not just because I've been able to push forward doesn't mean I'm ready for that stage, and that's okay. You can see in the table I did not do any leg presses this week. I was still feeling my knee a little bit after last week and after Comic-Con that whole weekend, and so I just didn't want to do it. I mean, it's reasonable, I don't want to get injured, but also I think I might be giving too much power to fear. And so I've been thinking about it, and now what I want to do is I want to get back on the horse. But what I'll do is I'll just half the weight. So last time I did 242 pounds. I'll just do, 120? And that way I'll be, more safe. I feel more comfortable to get back on it and get going and make sure I'm doing it right and not injure myself. Speaking of Comic-Con, I noticed something on Monday. Actually, I noticed a lack of something. Normally, after doing an event or doing something where I'm walking around a really hard surface for a long time, like concrete at these expo halls, I get pain in my lower back. Now, I didn't have that this time. So that's actually really exciting on Monday to realize that there's no pain in my lower back. And I think that's because of the strength training. Probably because of the deadlifts, which actually hits your butt and your legs, but also your lower back. So I've probably built enough strength in my body and my back, but my overall posture to not get pain walking around like that. So yeah, that's kind of cool. That's a great result from all this strength training. For the weigh-in this week, I'm at 374.1 pounds, which is an increase of 2 pounds. I had a decrease the week before, and now there's an increase. It's what I keep saying. A couple pounds up or down doesn't really... I don't think I'm increased weight in fat. I think it's just water weight or something else, and it just fluctuates. So until I've gained weight for 3 weeks straight, or lost weight for 3 weeks straight, I don't believe that it's actually been a difference. It's annoying because I want to lose weight, but it is what it is, and I'll keep going. Unfortunately, I ended last week in a bad place physically. I had a pinched nerve yesterday, which was Sunday. And a pinched nerve is something we get once in a while. I haven't gotten one in a long time. And I don't think I've had one this bad before. It was just to the right of my left scapula, so next to the spine, close to the spine. And whenever I'm moving a certain way, I was getting a lot of pain, like shooting pain. And, that's scary. It doesn't feel good. I decided to go to the gym anyway because I had lower body and I thought, I could do it anyway. Coming back from the gym after that, I still had the shooting pain once in a while moving a certain way, But then I also had a dull ache in that sort of general area. And I think what happened was that it got inflamed. It was probably going to do that anyway. I don't know how much the training affected that. It was not comfortable at all, I'll tell you that. By the end of the day, though, I wasn't getting any of the shooting pain. And the dull ache was also pretty much gone by like 9 o'clock at night. I remember thinking, okay, it's not an ache anymore. It's just sore. So that whole area is kind of sore in my back. Waking up today, I feel pretty good, but I made a decision yesterday to just, stand off with the strength training for a few days. I looked up what the weather is going to be like, and according to the prognosis, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be 68 to 70 degrees outside when it's the hottest, and sunshine pretty much all week. Instead of going to the gym and potentially agitating my back, I'm going to take walks. And that's the goal for this week. Take a walk every day, at least during the weekdays. So 5 days, getting out and into nature. Hopefully I can find a walk around trees. That way I'm still moving, but I'm not like using the muscles in my back a lot. There's still going to be some movement and some blood flow, which I don't think is going to agitate. It's not going to be a problem, hopefully. We'll see. I'll give it a try and see where it ends up. I have booked a training session with a friend on Thursday outside, so hopefully I can get some footage and show you guys what that looks like. In my area, in different parks, there'll be training equipment that you could use to do outdoor training. And I've never used them before, so I'm glad he asked me, and I'm happy to go and see how it turns out. I saw a YouTube video which was a review of a fat camp or health resort in America for grown-ups. And I was really inspired. It looked really good. It's like a hotel, it's kind of luxurious. You have a personal chef, well, not a personal, but like there's a chef there that makes food for you every meal. You get a personal trainer. You do these scientific, measurements and stuff like that. I think you also meet a doctor. You do hiking with other people, and then a lot of exercise, of course, every day. But it seemed to be, in a good atmosphere. There's a lot of different people there, and a lot of them looked like me, a lot of overweight and of course fat or obese people, but they all seem to have an attitude like they're there because they're excited to get into shape and they want to do the work. And being in that context, in that community, seems a lot of fun actually, and very, something that I'd like to do. So I was inspired, and I'm always looking for inspiration to get into shape, right? So I saved it and I started researching for a similar resort closer to where I live. And I was so disappointed because I couldn't find any. I looked for, probably researched for a good 30 minutes, if not even an hour. And most of what I could find is just sort of yoga retreats or like detox. That's not what I'm looking for. I want to get strong. That's what I want to do. And I want to be, in this context of other people like me. And all these resorts, if you look at the pictures, it's just really fit people trying to get fitter, which is great for them, but that's not the context I'm looking for. I want to feel welcome and be surrounded with people at my level. So I was very disappointed at that, and I'll keep looking, but it was kind of sad actually. Then I realized this is the gap in the market, and maybe I should fill it. I really like events. I like people. I like organizing stuff. I'm not saying I'm going to go and organize like a boot camp, but it's fun to think about. And it's not unreasonable that I might do this. And maybe in a few years when I have the before and after picture, right? That would be really cool and kind of exciting. So I guess that's the entrepreneur in me, just coming out and finding opportunities. Going into week 20, I mentioned one of my goals is to walk every day, at least every weekday. Another goal that I have not talked about is I want to eat more vegetables this week and just limit the sugar intake and candies and stuff. I don't want to live with limits on my life in general, and I don't talk about food a lot on this channel. That's on purpose. But this is something I want to do. And so it's not really a limit. It's something I want to. I don't know if that makes sense. But we'll give it a week, give it a try, see where I end up. Thank you for checking in with me. If I can do this, you can too. I'll see you at the gym.